You know it's super frustrating when you do a whole video and you forget to turn on the microphone. I've got a great video about these Kruggerrands. Oh, these ones are sealed. I just did a whole video about these and it's got no sound. I could probably dub something in, but I just deleted it. It's not that big of a deal to make a new one. But I figured I'd see. Do you guys stack up the silver Kruggerrands? I think the first year was 2018 when they released them. Because I've always been a fan of the gold Kruggerrand. I don't have a ton of gold Kruggerrands, but I'm working on that. But I figured I wanted to get some of the silver ones. Just because I remember from my childhood in the 70s, my uncle had a stack of gold Kruggerrands on his desk. He would melt them down and make them into like rings and weird stuff. He was a very wealthy person. And so he just used it as a hobby to start making stuff. So a couple of years ago when they released the 2018 Kruggerrands, I was like, well, I gotta start stacking those. So I bought an empty monster box. This is a 2021, so I got this a couple of years ago. I bought an empty monster box. This is just the lid. So I buy the empty monster box and I start loading it up with tubes as I go. I'll buy probably one tube. Well, I was buying one tube per year. Obviously, I missed 2019 and 2020. Or I think in 2019 I ordered a random date and got this. And then, I don't know, I missed 2020. I thought I had it a year. I might have a 2019 and a 2020 tube somewhere. I'll have to do some digging. But right here I've got 125 ounces. There's 25 ounces per tube. And so I will put these in the monster box and start my Kruggerrand monster box. I'm done with my Maples, Philharmonics, Britannias, and American Silver Eagles. So this is the only one to go, so this one should go quicker. Because I was buying, the other ones I was buying one tube of each per year. And I would stagger it out. One month I'd buy a tube of American Silver Eagles, and then the next month I'd buy like a tube of Britannias, like that. I do it on a monthly thing. Then for the rest of the months I just buy bars. And I also dug these out. I found some capsules. In the other video, you would have gotten to see me take these out of the tube that I got them in and put them in capsules. I got 3 of these. The Tudor Beasts. I hardly ever pay attention too much to series coins, but I liked these enough. And the Queen's Beast series was really cool. So when this Tudor Beast series was released, I figured I'm going to get in on it. It's cheap. I only buy three of these, the 2-ounce version. So I've got these ones, and I've got the Yale of Beaufort. Those are at the office. And each additional release that comes out, I'll buy 3 coins. And they're not very expensive. I mean, they got a little bit more premium than a regular bullion coin. But I figured I've got 3 kids, so might as well get 3 of each. If silver goes to $1 million an ounce, I'll tell my kids I'm spending their inheritance. I'll let them know. Also, here's a tube of pennies. I don't know if you guys save your pre-82 pennies. I was at an auction and I bought these tubes. More than these tubes. They're empty. They were empty. I figured this is a good way to save my pre-82 stuff, to be able to know at a glance how many I have. But I bought about 500 of these tubes. They're all brand new in the box. I can't remember the name of the box. I've got them in storage. But it was $5 for 500 of these tubes. So these tubes cost me a penny a piece. I figured it's a good way to store the pennies. I don't carry loose change around with me, so whenever I go to a store and buy something, when I get home, I'll take the change out of my pocket, pull out the pre-82 pennies, put them in a pile, pull out the nickels, put them in a pile, And then the post 82 pennies, the dimes and quarters all go in a jar that I'll eventually take back to the bank when it gets to a certain amount. But let me know if you guys save copper pennies, because the melt value on these is worth more than the face value. I think these are 2.7 cents, 2.5 cents. So basically they're worth almost 3 times the face value in just the weight of the metal. But that's about it. I've got Tudor Beast. I talked about that. I talked about my Kruggerrand Monster Box journey that's kind of beginning. I've had the Monster Box for almost 2 years, and I've been stacking these since 2018, because I think 2018 was the very first year of the silver Kruggerrands. And I've always been a fan of the silver Kruggerrands because of my uncle. He had stacks of the gold Kruggerrands on his desk. Really impacted my view on precious metals when I was a little kid. When I was like 10 years old, 11 years old, it was interesting seeing stacks of gold. And I don't know if I really appreciated it back then. I was just like, oh, that's kind of cool. Stack of gold. But that's it for today. I'm going to continue my work day and put this crap away and get back to work. I will see you in the next video.